If you're an entrepreneur or business owner, this is for you. I want to give you the no BS, no fluff, real key essential mindset shifts and also the tactics to make some massive progress, to take some leaps and to no longer be stuck where you're at currently. After working with hundreds of entrepreneurs over the last few years, I would have to be a complete and utter idiot to not see the patterns of what success looks like and entrepreneurs who really crush it and hit their goals, what the theme is there, what they do over and over again to create that success, and also to see what doesn't work, because a lot doesn't work. Most entrepreneurs don't succeed. They fail, they give up on their dream, on their purpose, because one, their mind is all twisted and they have a bunch of ideas that really aren't serving them and a bunch of beliefs that aren't really helping them hit their goals. And also because they use bad strategies and because they buy into the wrong tactics and use them the wrong way. So let's clear that up and let's get you going on the right path. First of all, a lot of entrepreneurs consume a lot of content. They watch a lot of motivational videos, or they really read a ton of articles or books, and they consume. They consume so much that they almost forget to create, or they create very little or ineffectively because they're so focused on consuming and learning more. And sometimes learning more isn't the thing that you need. A lot of the time, what you really need is to implement and to take action and to get practical. And if you're just in the mindset of learning and growing for the sake of learning and growing, you won't achieve much and you won't make much of an impact. The reason to learn, the reason to grow is so that you can then help others. And the essence of business is really solving problems, helping others, not trying to fill your own cup till it overflows and then keep trying to fill it even more. You're just spilling over. You've got too much in you and you need to give. And switching from that consumer mode into creator mode is key in your mindset and in your activity. So let's do that right now by asking yourself the question. Maybe you already know the answer to this one, and if you do, that's great. But even if you don't, think about it and give yourself some time here. Who is it that you really care about? Whose problem do you want to solve that genuinely matters to you? Not just something that you do for the money. What do you burn for? What are you passionate about? With your potential customers or clients, why do you serve them? Why do you want to serve them? I really want you to tap into that deeply. Not just think about it briefly and kind of dismiss it, but feel it. Because emotion really creates action and it propels you to move forward and do things that you otherwise would either just not feel motivated or too lazy to do, or that would feel too overwhelming and difficult and you feel like you're not good enough for. All of that gets skipped. You cut the line and you go straight to actually executing when you really have somebody that you care about helping. I spent a lot of time literally writing down what my customer and client is feeling and thinking every morning that they wake up, what their concerns are before they go to sleep, what keeps them up at night. Where do they hang out? Where do they go? Almost sounding like a weird stalker there, but it's important because I have to understand them. I have to know who they are and how they feel and what they're going through in order to be able to serve them and make a difference in their lives. And I don't take that for granted because I used to. Huge mistake. You will be trapped in your business. You'll get customers and clients that you don't like. You'll serve a market that doesn't really inspire you and that you don't care about. You'll feel frustrated trying to progress. And we don't want that. We want rapid progress, big breakthroughs. And we can only do that when it's meaningful and we really care. You see, when you really care, you'll go out of your way. You'll do more than you ever would, 10 times more than you would if it didn't matter, and even much more than that. Then I want you to think about, what is it that really makes you different? What's your USP, your unique selling point? Everybody has one. What's different about you that makes you stand out, that makes you incredible to buy from, work with, or date even, be in a relationship with? What do you bring? Because that's the whole reason why you're amazing. You see, You could be in the same industry as many other people, but some people will want to do business with you. Some individuals will really love working with you because there's just something special about you, or the way you do things, your approach. That's unique. That's the selling point that can really differentiate you from the rest of the marketplace. And it sets you apart, and it makes you attractive and really magnetic to everybody, which, of course, that's exactly what we want. We want to pull people towards us. We don't want to push and shove and convince, cold calling and knocking on doors. Not a big fan of that. Not saying you can't do it. I've done it when I started my business. It can work, but trying to use brute force, it's not effective. It takes all your energy and your time, and you can't scale and you can't reach more people. So focus on really developing your USP, your unique selling point. Make it better and better, hopefully each month, each week, even each day. Can you sharpen your ability? Because that will draw people in. Being good at what you do really matters. I know that if I didn't get my clients results, they wouldn't want to work with me, right? That's just how it is. In any business, whatever your offer is, that won't make up for a lack of being good at your craft. Now let's get a little more tactical. Let's get a little more strategic. How can you get way more customers and clients quickly? Well, there's a major hack that you can use that will speed things up significantly. And really, instead of wasting time and grinding and working really hard and hustling, you can make 1 or 2 power moves that transform your life forever and change the entire journey that you're on and make things go a lot quicker. You don't have to wait in line for 20 years before you have your big breakthrough, finally, right? You can do it now. So let's start with this. Who is it that has your audience or your customer base already? Who is serving them? And maybe not in the same way that you would, right? Maybe they have a different offer, a different product, a different service that they're providing, but they built that email list. They have that reputation. And if you partner with them, it can really help you crush it. Now, there's 2 ways to make that happen. One is to befriend them and genuinely care about them and try to offer value, right? And really go out of your way to be a good person. That works really good. I've done a bunch of collaborations like that to grow my brand in the past, and it's fun, and you get to know some really cool people. I recommend it. But on the other side, there's something a little more time effective, and that's bribing people. You see, bribing them ethically, right? Not just, handing over cash and making them do some shady stuff. I mean, exchanging money or your service or something else that you can offer, right? Genuinely pitching them something or giving them something that's of value and exchanging that for attention, their customers and their clients and their leads, right? So we do that by actually just handing over value and asking for value in return. Now, you don't have to become friends because you could just be business partners and you make an exchange, and it works really, really good. And here's why. If you know that this person has your audience or your customers or potential customers that are perfect for your business, wouldn't it make sense to just pay and get in front of them, right? I mean, then they'll see you, they'll know about you, and they might want to work with you, buy from you, be interested in what you have to offer. And there you go. You're growing, you're getting sales, you're getting customers, you're driving results. Now, once you have that attention, what you really want to do is trick everybody into loving you by appearing very charismatic and like you have it all together. I'm joking, of course. Help them. Genuinely help them. Offer something that's valuable, that makes the customer or the potential customer happy and excited to work with you and to want to work with you. You see, if you genuinely give something that they like, it's very likely that they will want to buy from you in the future and that they will be grateful and happy. That's exactly what we want. We want to build goodwill. We want relationships because really, we're doing business with people, always. We're not doing business with a robot or a funnel or some little shopping cart or anything like that. It's a human being, always. And the best thing to do if you want a human being to ever buy from you is to make that human being like you, know you, and trust you. Know, like, and trust, right? So that's what we work on. We do things to make people know, like, and trust us, just like we would in real life if we're making friends or if we were getting customers in person. That's the way. You can't escape that. You can't cheat that. You can't trick your way to doing that. You just have to try. And some of those people will never buy from you and they don't like you at all. And that's okay. We don't need everybody to fall in love with us, right? We don't have a messiah complex here. We're not trying to save the world. We're just helping those people that want it. We're serving the customers that want it, the people that raise their hand, the people that want to buy. Awesome. But once you have their attention, it's important to build that relationship. And whether you do that through an automated email sequence, or whether you have like texts going out, or you actually message people and talk to them personally, whatever your route is, whatever the method is, doesn't matter. It's the principle. Build that relationship over time, and then you know you're going to have a repeat customer because that relationship, that's where all the value is. You could, for example, do a workshop or some other type of taster for what your product or service really feels like as well. You don't have to just give out a newsletter. Be creative. Push yourself to do something that maybe you have never tried before. Give something that would really make people go, wow. Astonish. If you astonish, people will remember you and they'll want to work with you. Now, once you've done that, once you've built the value, now it's really prime time for that call to action, making that offer of actually saying, hey, buy from me, work with me. I have this thing and you're gonna love it. And it's a lot more natural now that somebody has actually gotten to experience what it's like and who you are and what you have and what your product or your brand or your service is really all about. And that's really, really important. So make a strong and compelling call to action, kind of like I'm about to do right here. If you want to work with me, if you like this content, if you enjoy it, and you want some personal help and guidance in growing and expanding, all you have to do is go to ringraphael.com. That'll take you to my personal inbox, and then you'll be able to send me a message. You can message me the keyword pineapple if you want me to know that you're serious and that you want support. And we'll talk, we jump on a call, we see if it's a good fit, and I'll show you how I might be able to help you. Again, if you want to take advantage of that, have a conversation with me personally, go to ringraphael.com. Now there's a couple more things I really want you to absorb and internalize to make things move a lot faster. You've got to make a quantum leap in your mindset. You really have to shift yourself from having your goals and your objectives be something that could be done or would be nice to do into something that is a necessity, something that really needs to be done. And not out of guilt or out of desperation, but rather feeling inspired, feeling that you know you can do better, that you can serve more people, that you can make a great difference, not at the expense of your health or well-being, but rather to the benefit of yourself and others, because you have more in you, you have more to give, you know that there's more potential in you. And if you tap into that and you allow that to really come through, the service that you will provide and the difference that you will make in the world is really remarkable. And each of us has so much to share and to give, but we often hold it back and we often make our goals and our objectives something that would be nice. We feel a little bit of mental resistance and all of a sudden we don't even want to try anymore. But embrace it. Take it in. Enjoy that feeling. That's not something to push away. That's not something to get rid of. That uncomfort is really true north. It means that you are growing. It means that you are pushing yourself. And that is truly beautiful. It's an incredible thing. If you feel like that, I'm proud of you because you are really stretching and you are pushing and you will be better tomorrow than you were today. Also, how does the best version of you show up? The best version of you probably doesn't complain much. If you really envision yourself as your best self, how would you behave? How would you act? How would you talk to people? How would you communicate, right? Not only through your words, but also your body language and the way you would hold yourself and the way that you would feel within. How would that change? How would that shift? And step into that right now. Don't make that something that you'll be once you achieve this and that. Behave as the person that you ultimately want to be. Because if you show up like that right now, not faking it, but really really, truly stepping into it, it's magical. You have so much more power, so much more energy, and so much more to give and share. Do it for the legacy that you want to leave behind, for how you want to be remembered, for that contribution that you will look back on and say, wow, I really did something meaningful. I really changed some lives. I really made an impact. There's nothing more fulfilling than really serving and making a difference. And whatever you offer, whatever your product, service, or even if you're just starting out, whatever you're doing, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the impact that it has and how it affects other human beings on this planet.